My opinion on freedom of speech is, well, first and foremost, I believe in the Constitution. That is a First Amendment right, that our freedom of speech is protected. And it goes farther than that, right? Like, freedom of speech needs to be protected. It needs to be protected because without it, that means only a single narrative can exist. And that is dangerous. That's extremely dangerous because if only one narrative exists, it doesn't have to be true, right? It doesn't have to be true at all. I mean, that's what we're kind of experiencing already. As I spoke about previously about the woke culture, I mean, that there's no boys and girls. This just happened like 5 minutes ago. And now we're expected that we are supposed to jump on the bandwagon because other people say it. And if you don't, well, you're a bigot, you're homophobic, whatever it is, which to any rational person, it's it's obviously wrong. But then again, we're in a world where it is increasingly becoming more irrational. But it's important to have freedom of speech and a debate of ideas so people can actually learn about both sides or three sides or four sides, whatever the sides of the argument is, in order to have, the best set of or the best perspective on the given topic. You need to hear both sides. If somebody believes in climate change, well, let's hear what the person who doesn't believe in climate change thinks. I'd like to hear what he thinks. But what's happening now is, oh, okay, you don't believe in climate change. Well, you're an idiot. You know, you're not smart. Better yet, let's just cancel you because what you're saying is misinformation. I mean, that is dangerous, and that's what's happening in our country. And this type of behavior is dictatorial for certain because the same people. Let's say climate change is real. I mean, I don't know about the topic much, but let's say it is real, and these people control the if you say anything opposing to that, they control it. They control on the media or whatever, whether you get banned from talking about opinions that are different than that. What stops them from saying anything else that is, or anything that is just objectively just not true? And then it can cancel you, right? That is the whole purpose of freedom of speech. The purpose of freedom of speech is so you can have all those ideas and people can actually judge for themselves whether it is true or not. I'll give you a perfect example. Alex Jones recently got sued for almost $1 billion for his what you could say his lies or his actually I don't know if he was actually lying about Sandy Hook intentionally. He might have been lying or just not or just believed it, whatever. I believe he said something along the lines that he believed the Sandy Hook people were actors, whatever. Whatever it was the case. He got sued for it for $1 billion. Now, whether you agree with his words or not is completely irrelevant in this case because even though what he said had, you know, an effect on these families, which is negative, he still has freedom of speech. You know, he still has that. And right now, people might feel like they're mostly against Alex Jones. Let's just say that. Let's just assume that that is the fact. At some point, if this continues to happen, it will get to more. It will get to a place where it's not even a case that you could even remotely see being justified. I mean, let's take it. Say that you see a man walking down the street, and you say that, "Hey, man, how are you?" And he claims you misgendered him, and now you're going to prison or jail for misgendering him. He is hurt by the words of man. You should have called him a woman or an alien or an octopus, whatever that person identifies as. That's what happens when you don't protect freedom of speech from the beginning. And that's what's going to happen. That's what's exactly what's going to happen. In fact, this is already starting. I mean, we're seeing it, and we're seeing it mostly geared towards conservatives because the leftists are clearly dictatorial, but they don't even know. I don't think even some of them know. I mean, we've seen Elon Musk, for example, claim that His only claim that I've seen, and I could be wrong, somebody can fact check me. Elon Musk's only claim is that he wanted to, own Twitter for at least one of the purposes of it was to promote free speech or let there be, free speech on the platform. And people are actually angry about that. What are they angry about? They're angry about the actual, they're angry about one, that anybody could ever challenge their ideas in the first place, right? They're angry about somebody saying something that is in opposition of it and perhaps it hurts their feelings, but that is free speech. I mean, that is how we get to the truth of the matter. And what's important in a civilization, for it to continue to be civilized and orderly, is to have these debates. That is how you get to the truth. If you're a flat earther or you're a person that believes the earth is spherical, we have to be able to debate about that. We have to actually see whose ideas are better, whose ideas are more supported by science. We have to talk about it and really get to the heart of it so people understand and can judge the truth by themselves. That is the heart of America. Not only freedom of speech, but everything that is listed in our Constitution to keep us free and not under a tyrannical rule.